Thank you for calling and listening to how we can all together help each other to get out of our entrapment, our abusive situations. I am very proud of any of you who is even just listening to this call right now. Ladies, we have a phenomenal power to completely turn our lives around together within the next 3 months, depending on how badly you want help to work for it. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself very quickly. I pretty much have not had a professional career, but a marketing career. I was a stay-at-home mom and married and a housewife my entire 28 years that I was married. And my situation was not physical, but it was mental and emotional. And I'm sure that many of you, probably all of you, understand that. Even those of you who are suffering with physical abuse as well. But I personally reached out to God during this time. I prayed to God because my daughter was being mistreated and abused and hurt in a public school. And I was very concerned about her welfare and her safety. And I prayed to God to ask Him for a way for me to be able to earn the money that I needed and be able to send my daughter to private school. But I still wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I did not want to go work for anyone else. So within a 24-hour period, 9 hours, 10 hours, sometime within that first 24 hours, I got my answer. A friend happened to call me and tell me about something that she was doing that was marketing powerful nutritional supplements. And long story short, I jumped on it immediately. And that, believe me, cost me $200 to get started. And it was a $200 a month payment to stay into it. It was a business. I had a health and wellness business. But I ended up earning a very, very significant income. I earned more than my husband was earning, who was doing very well. And I earned enough to put my daughter in private school, to make renovations on my home, and to pay $40,000 in credit card debt off. So I did very well, and that was my answered prayer from God. And I had to know that that was my answered prayer from God. The company ended up shutting down after a couple of years from a lot of different reasons. But literally 20 years later, just for me, 25 years later, a few months ago, finding myself in another situation, desperately needing money, I prayed to God again and asked God to bless me again with another opportunity. And this time I said, and the Bible says to make it very specific, and I specifically prayed for God to help me, to send me an opportunity that was very, very cheap, affordable, inexpensive enough so that anyone could afford, practically anyone could afford to do it. And that I could make a lot of money for myself and also help other people to do the same thing. And ladies, again, within a few hours, I was contacted by the pastor of a church who shared this opportunity with me that has to do with financial education, a financial literacy business, where we will be learning all about money, how to earn it, how to make it, how to manage our money, and how to invest our money. And you have to be financially educated because All too often, most of us are in these situations because we don't know enough about how to take care of ourselves financially. Okay? The richest people out there, many of them, not all of them, have a financial education, but many of them are filthy rich and don't. They still lose their money. So that's what the business is. For just $18 one time out of your pocket. Never another penny out of your pocket again. Ladies, that is the cost of a pizza, a large pizza, or going to the movie one night. Come on, okay? This is something very doable and very easy. And God answered my prayer very, very specifically. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm talking a little low because I'm kind of sneaking this phone call. Okay, we have to do what we have to do if we want out, if we want our freedom. If I have to get stopped on this call because someone walks up on me, then I'm going to go get in my car and go to a parking lot and make this call to record for you all to listen to. Okay? But I'm telling you, if you will have faith and believe and trust me, if you can hear it in my voice, please trust me that we can all turn our lives around within 3 months, maybe sooner. It will depend on you and what you want to do and how badly you want it and how much you want to get involved. However, I promise you this, if you are just for whatever reason mentally or emotionally unable to get too involved, or maybe you're shy and don't feel comfortable talking to other people, I still promise you that you can earn some money with all of us working together. You can still earn some money with your $18. It certainly will do far more for you than just buying a pizza or going to a movie, okay? Now, I've tried to reach out to all of you in various groups for abused and battered women, and literally out of, I don't know how many people have seen my posts, but only 2 people have reached out to me. I don't know if it's because of your fear or because the mentality is just so deeply set in and you've been brainwashed. I'm not sure what it is, but I hope and pray that this phone call will make a difference for you. I do pray that it will. I do promise you that we can together, you won't be by yourself. Together we can do this. Okay, it will take a team of us doing it together. We're going to help each other. You help yourself while helping others. Okay, I promise you we can do it. Even if some of you don't have the $18, you can still do it without anyone knowing that you are even in this if you're afraid of someone finding out. Okay, we will form, this is going to be like our secret pack, our underground path to freedom, because many of us are basically in a form of bondage. That's the absolute truth. Many of us are feeling like we are imprisoned and cannot escape. And unfortunately, some women are in such a dire situation that they're being held captives and slaves. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. So we will have our secret underground path to freedom. So I have decided that I don't want to bore you if you're bored with this. I don't want to take too much of your time. But I have separated this into 2 separate phone calls. First, this introduction call that I'm going to ask you some very important questions to consider if you truly do want to change or turn your life around, get on your feet. The second call, if you are interested, will address how we're going to do it together, okay? So, I wanted to try to keep this short, but apparently it's not going to be that short, but still, hopefully, it's going to be informative for you. So, the first thing that I would assume that maybe would matter to you, might be important to you, might be the reasons that you're not responding to me as far as my postings to you, reaching out to help you, might be your concern about whether or not I'm doing something illegal or a scam or some kind of pyramid thing. Maybe you don't believe, maybe you don't have the faith. I can promise you that I'm going to show you proof that all of this can be done. And I do hope that, like I said before, just listening to my voice and hearing my story, my testimony, hearing how much I passionately want to help you, I hope will create a faith in you and belief in me. But more importantly, God. Just look, God sends us messages and answers and solutions and so in countless ways. And this is your answered prayer. Another concern of yours might be that you cannot afford it. I'm going to reach out and trust you all and hope and pray that realizing that we're all in this together and we have to help each other, that you will be telling me the absolute truth if you say you cannot afford $18. But I read where one woman actually said she's holding back $5 a week out of her grocery money. Okay, that just made me sick. And I just wanted to cry for her. $5 a week is going to keep her trapped forever. $20 a month? Okay, I'm sure you all know that. But that $5 a week can be your ticket out of the situation over time, over the next couple of months. Okay, let's just say $5 a week, that is $20 a month. What's that going to get you? How long would it take you to get the thousands of dollars that you need to move into a place of your own? Thousands. First and last month rent. Okay, furniture if you need, being able to pay for your utilities and even having them turned on. How much? You're talking thousands. Movers to move you. It's going to cost thousands. So $20 a month, that's what this poor woman was holding on to. But that $20 with me and this opportunity that I'm going to share with you can build a fortune for every single solitary one of us. Okay? If you don't feel like you have the personality to get out there, this is another concern, number 3. If you don't feel that you understand how it works, what we're doing, or you're shy, don't worry about it. I promise you, all you need is the $18. $18 to join. And you are going to get all the training that you need from me. If you want to get on the phone, we'll do phone training. There's video training, but you don't even have to. The wonderful, incredible, amazing, phenomenal thing about this opportunity that I'm going to share with you is that you don't have to do anything, because the genius that put this together, the way all of our money is leveraged together, like the way banks and insurance companies, they leverage our money, and they're the richest industries in the world. They use other people's money, and that's what you're going to learn all about money and how it works. Okay? So all you need, if you don't have the personality or the fear of talking to other people, all you need is $18, okay? My second phone call, I am going to go into more detail and answer all of your questions. So right now, I'm going to get a little tough here, okay? Because I'm looking out for all of you, and we have to be a little tough, because I'm just saying that I don't want to sound harsh, okay? I'm probably old enough to be many of your mothers. Maybe there's some of you listening to this that might be in your 40s, and even then I might still be. I'm going to be 60 years old. So definitely old enough to be probably most of your mothers. So please trust me and believe that I'm speaking to you with love, but a tough love. The groups that you're all in are good for you if they help you to just have a place to vent. And we all need that. We absolutely need that. We need to know that we're not alone and that someone understands our pain and our struggle. That's absolutely true. But ladies, we need more than that. We need a solution, okay? We need money. We will never get out of the situation that we're in if we don't have the money to do it. Can you agree with that? Okay? Okay. I hope you do. What I'm saying is just being in the groups alone is not going to get you out of your situation. And I've read where so many people, a few people have gotten out of their situation, but they're still struggling terribly. And maybe some of you are seeing counselors and therapists, but that's still not doing enough. We need money. You can't survive without money. You can't grow without the money to live on. So I'm going to ask you some questions now, and please just answer them in your head, excuse me, as honestly as you can. Okay? After hearing my questions and thinking about them, and then maybe after hearing the second phone call, maybe you will make a decision to join up with us, to turn your life around with us together. Okay? So the first question I have for you, do you truly and sincerely want to be free of your abuse? Please ask yourself that question. Do you really want to get out of that situation? So many of you have not even responded to me, not anything. It makes me wonder, do you really, really want to get out of it? Number 2, okay, would you agree, do you agree that just complaining about them or just venting in the groups is not getting you anywhere? Remember, this is tough love. I'm not judging you, but you do need to think about these questions. Would you agree that whatever help you may have found, like I said, counseling, maybe, it's not enough? It's not enough. Would you agree with that? Okay. Would you agree that money is your number one solution to getting out? Yes, the abuse, the entrapment, the imprisonment is your number one problem right now. But it goes hand in hand with not having the money you need to get out. Do you agree? Ask yourself this very important question. How long do you think it would take you to get out on your own, to get your life on track, living on your own comfortably if you were to do it by yourself? Okay, next question. Do you know how much money you need to move, to get started? I asked you that before. You need thousands of dollars. Okay. Next question. Do you know of any way that you can be out of your situation within the next 3 months by yourself other than winning the lottery? Do you think you're going to win the lottery? Do you think a job will get you out of that situation in the next 3 months if you're making minimum wage? Okay, when you've got child care, you've got car problems, transportation. Next question. If you could believe and have new hope, if I could show you by video and guarantee you that there is definitely a way that you can powerfully help yourself, all of us together, that would get you on the right track starting today to turn your life around, impacting your life within the next few months. How many of you would do it? Okay, another tough love question. How many of you believe that if you are provided a very simple solution to turn your life around, and you did not take advantage of it, do you understand that you are choosing to stay stuck where you are if you have an opportunity and you don't do it? Okay, number 7. How many know you are going to blow $20 within the next month on something, anything, something that's not worthy, that won't improve your future in any way? Next question, how many, if you knew and you could believe that $18 could turn your life around with absolutely no doubt, that you would be able to come up with the $18 either on a debit card or a credit card? How many of you have a friend or a relative that you know that you could ask for $18 or for their card? Simply just tell them that it's for a program to help you to rebuild your life. If you were to tell them that, how many of you are in a position to help someone else, like pay it forward for someone else, maybe 1 or 2 other people? The $18 pay for someone else if you could. It would still benefit you tremendously in more ways than you can imagine to help someone else. Next question, how many of you will devote yourself to just a few hours of training? I'm talking 2 or 3 hours. That's it. Okay, next question. How many of you would do this if you knew you would not have to speak to another soul? You would not have to do any recruiting. You would not have to do any training. Okay. My final question, closing to you, is if you answered yes and you agree with most of the questions that I asked you, if you have or you can get $18 on a debit card or a credit card, or you can borrow from a friend or a relative and tell them that it's important, you're joining a program that will help you to get your life on track and get on your feet for just $18 in a few months. And if you will commit to listening to a few hours, just a few hours of some training on a video and information, not even just training, just information. Ladies, I wanted to keep this as short as possible, so I broke it up, like I told you, to give you a break in between calls. If you like everything that you heard and you're ready to move on to the second phone call, or you want to know more information, okay, inbox me. Let me know. Yes, Julie, thank you. I appreciate this. I want it. I'm ready to do this. Let me get started. Inbox me. And thank you so much. And if you don't, for whatever reason, want to move forward, please share this information with someone else who you know needs to make a very significant income. Help someone else. And thank you so much. God bless you.